So let's start.
So once again, hello everybody. As Seema said, I am Swati Pandey. I head the postal administration in Mumbai city. Mumbai city also has the good fortune and difficult fortune of being the highest revenue earner in India Post vis-a-vis a postal administration. That has its own pressures during normal times and only tenfold during times of crisis. So the topic that was given to me, I found very apt, right on, leadership in times of crisis. These were what was given to me by you guys, right? So second slide. As you know, the lockdown. Slide number 2. Slide number 2 again. Can I move, please? Yeah, stop. Lockdown took everybody by surprise as to what it would entail. Now, for the common man, it was easier because he was told, he or she, they were told that you had to stay back home, keep yourself safe, keep the society safe. But for India Post, it was the opposite. We were told that we have to be in our offices, giving services, essential nature to the public at large of Mumbai city. So it was a lockdown, funnily, which is paradoxical, a lockdown for the general public to keep themselves safe, but not so for the Department of Post employees. And that is where the crisis comes, because it is not only a crisis of the work that you should give, but also for mental conditioning of your staff who are fighting their safety vis-a-vis the work to be given to society at large. Can I have a second slide, please? Why were India Post or my employees on the forefront? Because of two laws of this country. One is the ESMA, or the Essential Services Maintenance Act. India Post, or the postal operations of every nation, is under ESMA, saying that in case of a calamity, of a strike or force majeure, because this is being considered as a force majeure, the officers or the employees of railways, defense, post and telegraph, airport, port operations, police, municipal corporations, all have to, during any such condition, be in service to the nation. That also has been in conjunction with the NDMA that you keep on reading, the National Disaster Management Act, which says in its section 56 that we are exempt, India Post, the Department of Post, is exempt from any such lockdown notices. And the section 56 of Disaster Management Act says that in case any India Post employee does not want to come to work in spite of tacit instructions, he or she can be punished by law with imprisonment that will be of 1 year or a huge fine. So not only are we doing service to the nation has also bound us. So this is where, you know, the problem comes, that you are bound to serve the nation. You knew that there would be a time of stress when you have to do such service, but you're not used to. And that is where the leader's job comes, because the leader has not only to control his or her, you know, shock about this whole situation. When this lockdown came, on the 25th morning, I felt myself that I was marooned with a small crew in an island with water all around me, did not have the skills to swim or make a boat, and yet had to somehow stir my entire team out from there to civilization. I think that is akin to leadership in crisis. First, I had to look into a group that was very scared, that knew that we had to be in service of the nation. But personally, we were all very scared, because what was this virus? How do you, tackle it? There is no cure. So how do you go? So there's personal safety vis-a-vis working and giving services. So you not only have to first assuage your entire team, you will, and from the pandemonium, really find out that who can give you a solution. Because in every team, the leader also has few important key players. So my role came in selecting, or seeing that who are these key players who can augment me in this time of crisis. Please, can I change the slide? Yeah. So I will just give you length and breadth of my India Post. We are a 1,55,000 strong postal network, which is the largest network of this country. We are more than 160 years old. We have more than 5.5 lakh employees. We are the second biggest employers after the Railway Ministry. In Mumbai, I have 229 working post offices with me, of which 89 are delivery offices and around 5,500 employees on regular times. And I would come to the next slide where I'd show you lockdown figures, how they went. Next slide. As you see the pie chart, 25th, day 1, out of the 5,500 employees, I had working with me 100. So, and if you see, this is GPO's photo. GPO, if people know, in Mumbai is in the most busiest tri-junction of the world. I think after Times Square, no, can you just go back? Can you just go back? After Times Square, Mumbai GPO would be in the CST, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, the BMC and the Mumbai GPO tri-junction. It was empty, just nobody there. With day 1, 2% employees, but individually present there to motivate my staff to come to office because we had to be in constant service. I will come to later what is the services and why we are important. So day 2, seeing some of us, a handful of us, 9% walked in, day 3, 29%, day 4, 60%. We have now tapered that to about 50%. So we work now at a 50% strength in Mumbai Post. Next, please. Now, this slide that you see in all red dots is the alarming figures of Bombay with the hotspots. And I remember have 229 post offices and most of them are either now sealed, contained or are in hotspots. So how do you get people to open post offices, operate, do technology, transfers and give the entire system an impetus, following social distancing norms, following sanitization, following thermal scanners, the works, because this came as a, a sudden blow to everybody. So this is Mumbai GPO again on day 2 with hardly 10 people who were taking care of the services. So what did I do? Steps. Like I said, day 1, I was myself there and seeing me, people said, maybe it is not so bad. Maybe we should go because if the boss, if the head is there in head, I'm an administrative person. I don't really work from a post office, but when Bombay GPO is a post office, so when the administrative head is in the post office, people say, okay, there's a lockdown, yes. There's corona, yes. So there's motivation. And the number 2, which I have always felt in leadership styles, more so in crisis, is communication. Communicate. You not only have to communicate about why you should be there in the field, you have to communicate about what is corona. Because, you have a lot of people who are into, listening to WhatsApp, the university of WhatsApp, rumors, things that are not true. So you have to tell them constantly that how are you keeping your post offices clean, sanitized, and the public want you. Because in day 1, I had a huge, in spite of it being a lockdown, at least 10 people coming and asking me that how can I withdraw my money that's in the savings bank. So you have an important core role. So communicate is the number 2. And number 3 is make your statement of the organization clear. My organization is open. It is open for public discharge of functions, and repeat this. This is repeated not only with your public, because they should know the post office is open. There should be no panic withdrawal of money because we are one of the biggest banks of the country. We are a savings bank, of course. But also, remember in the crisis, you had no logistic support. So you had no DHLs and Blue Darts and small couriers. Nobody was working. India Post was the only logistic mover of the country. There, so day 3, you see me, I went down to different post offices. I'm showing you photos of Andheri post office, Girgaon post office. I went to Chembur post office. I had to go and educate my people, hold their hands, tell them it's okay. We are there. We have to be there for the public. It is in public good, and we lead from the front. We take care of all precautions. So day 2, we had a booking of almost 500 kilograms of PPE kits and medicines to Delhi. And day 2, there was nothing working. So India Post had to get in touch with the Blue Dart aircraft. So Blue Dart carriers were indentured by India Post to take our mail, which today is about 10 tons. In Mumbai itself has booked 10 tons of medicines, equipments, PPE kits, the works across the country. So that was the job why we had to keep ourselves open, because if India Post was not open, you would not be able to transfer anything. In fact, on my second day, I had to move in a cold chain atmosphere a COVID testing kit that was being tested from Chennai. It had to be moved to Sion Hospital. So, this was the role that we've been playing through. Next, please. So as I said, not the administrative head, but also a person who is amongst her people. We have old age pensions. As I told you, in a savings bank, we are one of the biggest banks of our country. It is a limited bank. It's a savings bank. It's not a bank that disperses loans. But in rural India, there's a lot of trust, and we have almost about 10 lakh crores of outstanding, balances. Our balances are of 10 lakh crores. So we also in Mumbai had to disperse. Now we have a lot of old people who take pensions from us. We have given them the digital medium. They have ATM cards. They have online transfer. But there are many who suffer from what I say loneliness. So they have been traditionally coming to post offices during, the pension payments last 1st of the month. They sit with the postmaster, have a cup of tea, and take their pensions, because we also are their friends. So you had these old people who could not be coming out because, most of them are beyond 70, 75, and they have been told to stay back home safe. So we contacted all of these people with their contact. We called them up and we said that you guys, please do not come to the post office this time. We know you have to have your pension payments because that is their only source of income, their pensions. And we drew up a list, and we delivered their pensions at their doorstep. And this is the first time that ever happened, because my postman only delivers letters, speed posts, and parcels. We don't generally go and deliver money. But this was the time that we had to go beyond what is prescribed, beyond the square box, and actually deliver money to people who are not even supposed to go out because they are the red category. Next, please. We stood by everybody. So, since we are a big family, we made a small community kitchen. We had to, and near every post office, we had people on the roads. So we wanted to do something. So we also fed a lot of needy and gave sanitizers and allowed them to come into our post offices for a clean bath, for some drinking water. So, it was community service. Of course, as you see, it is keeping social distancing norms. It's keeping, my people safe. We followed everything. Next, please. So I told you, when you talk about out of the box, number one, we delivered pensions at doorsteps. Out of the box, what I understand is doing things differently, doing things that's never been done before within the framework, but of course, not a regular job. So pension payments that we went and did. Secondly, we realized that some of our staff members wanted to come and work, but they had no means to come because in Mumbai, most people work from beyond Thane. So Bhiwandi, Dahisar, Mira Road, Vasai, Virar, and there was no means of communication. So I got in touch with the BEST, and BEST does not ever, they do not give buses beyond Mumbai. It is a Mumbai bus service. But getting in touch with the chairperson, BEST, Mr. Bagre, we got hold of, they gave us 7 buses exclusively for the department at a very nominal rate. So we ran 7 bus routes across the city and beyond it. So we had routes coming in from Panvel, we had routes coming in from Bhiwandi, Kalyan, Borivali, Mira Road, of exclusively office, staff of India Post, so that we could open post offices. So I think that would count to out of the box. And the third is for the migrants. We had opened 2 years ago a bank that is a PSU for India Post called the India Post Payment Bank, wherein you need not have an account with us, but we could transfer money through something called the Aadhaar enabled payment system, AEPS. So we took this out to the migrants who were around, who wanted to transfer some money to the people in their hometowns, Bihar, UP, Bengal, Orissa. So we could immediately ASAP send the money across, and it was given to their villages, to their parents, to their wives, their support staff. So you had a category of migrants that had the money, that had some amount of money here. But the banks, their wives were not going to the ATMs in those banks because even they were under lockdown. So my postman in an interior village in Bihar, in UP, in Bengal, wherever it is, could deliver the money the same day. I think that is where, you become the big, the ladder that connects this country in reality. And third, please, can I have the next slide, please? This was about empowering women. In normal days, we reminded ourselves that, there will be good days and there will be good days ahead. The next slide, please. No. Okay, can you just go back? There was a slide that's not come. So in the migrants, what we did is, all of you must be reading about migrants translocating, how they are wanting to move away, from Mumbai city. Mumbai is facing the crisis of migrants. But there is an angle that India Post plays. India Post is, by law, we can take out special covers. Special covers are envelopes. I do not know whether they are any philatelist here, but we take out special covers, and that's how Seema and me got to know each other. We took out a special stamp for her, special cover for her. These are things that get stamped in history. So whatever statement India Post makes through a special cover stay forever. So I decided, so why not we take a special cover called An Ode to the Migrants, the Hands That Built Mumbai. So that's how we, we chose fields or sectors where we thought migrants have been the major players in building of this beautiful city, which then became was Bollywood sets. So most of people from Bollywood who makes the sets, the plumbers, the electricians, the carpenters, stuff like that, they are migrants. Number two, the gems and jewelry business. All the karigars are migrants from Bengal, the construction workers, all of them, and the taxi, the auto, so the migrants. So we took these four, I wish you could show that, yeah. If I could, because I had given, I cannot see whether you can see this. Nidhi, can you show that extra slide? Because I would like to really discuss that out. Can you put that extra slide just Orchida gave you?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, please. Because then you will understand the beauty.
Okay. I'll have to take it separately.
Yeah, you can just take that separately because, then you'll appreciate that how we can make a social statement.
Okay.
Yeah. Could you just expand? That's right. So as you see, I cannot show you the special cover because it has to come out tomorrow. But this is what we have taken. We chose this 4 lines, as I said. We have invited migrant laborers representing these 4 industries, and we will release a special cover tomorrow in Mumbai GPO at 11:30 through their hands, because they were the hands that built this city. And I think beyond everything, I would not like India to remember the migrants as migrant crisis, but as the hands that built our cities, be it whatever. So this is the social message that India Post so strongly can give and so strongly can convey. Positive messages. In crisis, the leader's job is that no matter what is the tempest inside, within you, You must bring out the positive face because you are a team leader. You have to take the crowd along. You have to tell people that, hey guys, it's going to be all right. Because if you do not have hope, be it for anybody, you can't make the system work, and certainly not a system as big as India Post. So that is what we did, and we will be doing tomorrow. Anybody of you who's interested in Bombay, you're most welcome to come to Mumbai GPO again. It's going to be a release with all the social, distancing norms. As I said, we also ran mobile post offices. If you know, Dharavi is the largest slum in Asia. Dharavi got sealed because of the huge amount of cases, and people from Dharavi could not, avail of these facilities of withdrawing money. They could not go to an ATM because they've been sealed. So we ran a mobile post office within Dharavi with necessary permissions where people could withdraw money. You can withdraw money one time, 10,000 from the mobile post office bank. That is what putting life at risk, because everybody who ran the streets are at risk. Yet we were there for people. So putting our own life at risk, we were there to service. We still are running the mobile vans in Govandi, Chembur, Dharavi, wherever it has been sealed. They can withdraw money. They can, take some medicines. They can also send their supplies across. So we've been doing that kind of networking. Next, please. Okay, then there's an initiative. We thought that, how do we give a small economic impetus? Now, I'm a government department. I cannot pay anybody. I should not pay anybody a gratia, something gratis. So we decided that we have this called the Postman's Uniform Cloth. As you know, khaki represents the police, yes, but also the, quintessential postman. And we had a lot of this cloth with us lying. So we took this from our depots and we gave it to migrant labor tailors who were sitting wanting work. So we supplied, and we have got 15,000 such masks made, not only augmenting income of people who wanted or, who deserve to get some money in a very decent, dignified way. We also distributed, we have a plan of distributing these masks among the different inhabitants of places that are sealed. Like I said, my mobile post offices goes to Dharavi, Bhivandi, Govandi, Chembur. So we are also distributing masks. We are ourselves using this mask. I myself have 3 of this mask, reusable cotton masks, which I wear, hang in the sun, rewear the second, so we have not only adopted what we are, believing in, we are a part of this entire movement of giving fillip to the economy in whatever way we can. Next, please. As I said, that constantly my men, my postmen are on the move, trying to help people, because we have always been the connection between the common man and the government, the bureaucracy, because otherwise you think we are removed from general people. Bureaucrats are removed, but India Post thankfully comes from that, wide network where people immediately recognize that, that's the postman. So we utilized what has been our foundation brick to people's welfare. Next, please. This is the best buses. As you see that it's social distancing, 1 person per seat, exclusively for India Post to get them coming to office so that we could operate our post offices. The shot, I was just crossing Mumbai GPO. I saw my postman opening an account of a traffic constable. So that's when my minister tweeted, 2 Corona warriors performing the duties towards the nation. So this is the postman. And if you can see in the background, it has the red bus. Yeah, the red bus of Mumbai and the CST station and nobody. This is never, it's going to be a picture in history, an iconic photo, because you're never going to find this empty, but yet both of these warriors, one fettered, the other unspoken. So I'm so thankful that, we get to speak about that unspoken Corona warrior who has been toiling as hard as the rest. Next, please. Yeah, this was the slide, please. I've talked about this. Thank you very much. I think that I could speak as much as I could speak. There's so many thoughts in my head. So as I would round it up, a leader's job is to, number one, lead by example. You cannot be a leader sitting in a room. You have to lead by example, especially in these times when you're supposed to be inside your houses. Number two, please communicate, 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 both internal as well as external. And number three, repeat. You have to repeat the organizational goals, what is expected of you, what is expected from you, and you have to, that's how you go ahead motivating by, being there in the forefront. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Swati. That was really wonderful. And I would like to invite some questions from the attendees.
Thank you.
So you can either raise your hands or maybe prompt in the chat box.
Yeah, so yes, these masks are 3 layered. These masks are 3 layered. So as I read this, absolutely. Thank you very much. You've been asking. I don't see many questions. I see a lot of thank yous to me. I am so grateful that you appreciate. I wish Nidhi could show you the movie because it actually has Big B speaking about us, And
yeah, I will try it once again. We tried, just before the session as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let me
done
just
during my home quarantine. Like I said, that my building got sealed. I have 20 people, testing corona positive from my own building. So I was kept under 14 days of quarantine. I've reported back to duty only on Monday. And during those 14 days of my quarantine, I could make that movie because I've been a little filmmaker of novice variety.
I think it was really great, to see like how during this crisis time you've been managing, being an example yourself for the team. So
Thank
keeping their spirits high. So I'm just trying to, turn on that video. Just give me a second.
I think you should in the laptop. No, I don't think so.
Maybe you should also share some information about MyStamp, because many of them at a later stage when all these things are over would like to do something, having the stamp and, giving tribute to probably people like you who have inspired or done something exceptional during this crisis time. We never know. So maybe you should speak about that.
What I feel is I've just done my job because that was my job. As I showed, we have to do it. But yes, with a lot of interest. And what Seema talks about is that we have a wonderful scheme of MyStamp where you can have your own photo, your own picture or any other picture as a stamp. And that's a usable regular stamp. So you have to come down to Mumbai GPO or any other philatelic bureau across, and rupees 300 only, you get 15 stamps which you can use as regular postage. So that is a MyStamp. You also have a corporate variety, which ITME did it with us. You can design your own stamp for your organization, which is called a corporate MyStamp, and you can set your, whatever time frame or whatever occasion you want of your organization by having a customized corporate MyStamp. And as I showed you, you also have special cover releases. These special cover releases are very important because they get stamped forever. They always stay, they're digital and they are regular, what do I say, marketing or, a propaganda use that you can use for your organization, because you can use this as your envelopes, and they're all government issues. So often people, either visitors, tourists, fet each other greeting cards, they use MyStamps. Corporates who celebrate 10 years, 20 years, want to do a corporate MyStamp, or they come and do a, a special cover release, just like a first day cover release. If there's a fillet list, he'll understand what I'm talking about. But I must assure you that there is a huge, philately Congress that is on, and we are part of this. There are international symposiums. There is exhibition. So that's how I think we would fit in into you. We just finished our Mumbai PEX, where we did a first release of a cover made of leaves, which was the first in the world, a green, completely green cover. So that's how we promote Philately, and we go down to young minds, so you can put your picture. It's nice to see your your own picture in a stamp. So please come down to a Philatelic Bureau, Bombay GPO, and get yourself stamped in history.
Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Let's try once again.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
No. Can anybody else hear?
No.
I think then there's some problem. We will probably, mail it to the participants.
Yeah, you can just go it a bit ahead, so you could just see the big B, because it took us a lot of that's the funny story which I want to begin with, is that when we talked, I was thinking about endorsement of India Post, and to the unfettered Corona warrior, I asked myself who is the biggest person to endorse, and it was the big B. And when we reached out to him, funnily he told us that he has a parcel lying with us that needs to be delivered to him. And because of the lockdown, the parcel was not going, and the parcel was lying with us for 1.5 months, right? So he said, you deliver me this parcel, I will give you a bite free of cost. So we delivered it the next day. Big B gave us this bite completely gratis. So I'm very, very thankful to him, but it just, shows the reach of India Post. That Big B comes out to you asking you for a parcel in, exchange for a free bite. So no 5 crores, no 10 crores, free of cost. There you go. I wish I could show you. It's still amazingly, beautifully well spoken. I think she can inbox you later. But that's what the reach of India Post is. That, you get Big B free of cost.
So we're really sorry. Don't know why this technical glitch is there, but we will make sure to mail it across the link to everybody, to all our attendees.
You have the version. You can also forward it.
Yes, I have. I will share it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So anybody has any questions?
I did put a question about women staff, and the ratio of women staff in postal department, and
yeah. We are lucky that we have about 40% women working. So we are not one of those departments where you won't find a lady in power. No matter where we are, I showed you the photo, good old days with lady postmen. So I do not know what to call them. In fact, they keep on asking me, Madam, are we post women? Are we lady post men? And I myself am the postmaster general. So am I a lady postmaster general? Am I a post mistress general? I really don't know. But yes, India Post is, lucky to have 40% women working for us. And when it's a good ratio, 40%, and a lot of us have, positions of administrative power. I will not say power, because that is a negative concept of administrative power. So there is all kinds of welfare measures in the department, be it precious, be it, times when you can go early, be it CCLs, be it every facility, free medical facilities and medical camps to check up, health talks, fitness talks. We had, a few days ago, anti-smoking campaign in the post offices, not for the ladies in general, but mostly for the men. But we also had the health and fitness talk by Rujuta Divekar, who had come down to Mumbai GPO to give a talk about how to keep fit in spite of these arduous working hours and to be on the job, because post men and women are walking on the streets for about 6 to 8 hours every day. So yeah, we do have a lot of programs to motivate them to take care of their health. We send them on training modules. We also give them, training in modern techniques. They all operate smartphones these days. So they're all technology savvy people.
We have a question from Miss Rajani. Rajani, I've unmuted you. Would you like to please speak and say the question yourself?
Okay. Ma'am, just a quick check.
Yes.
What are the challenges that you faced in your path as a lady while moving up the ranks in especially Indian bureaucracy?
I think the challenges every lady faces comes very early in your career. You know, you're newly married, who would want you to be a good wife. I don't want to sound, you know, I am very politically correct, but you have a young child, you need leave, you are starting your, you know, personal life and your professional life. And that is when, you know, your men colleagues think, oh, she's a lady and she's going to be perennial on leave. Or, you know, if you call in, sir, I have a child who's sick, it's again that they're not serious about the jobs. And plus, I think what was more challenging about me was that I was posted right in the word go in the Naxal districts of Chandrapur and Gadchiroli. If you know Maharashtra, you would know that that's the part of the Red Corridor, Bastar, Gadchiroli and Karimnagar district. So this is the part of the Red Corridor, you know, and I was posted there in the year 2000. So getting to work from place A to place B and, you know, moving out postal assets was a tough job, but otherwise not so much. As I said, we are 40% women. The routine problems a woman faces earlier on vis-a-vis, you know, your family life, work balance. I think those were the regular ones. Beyond that, the challenge that I really faced personally was working in under terrible, you know, conditions where life was at risk. So that was the challenge, not so much being a woman or maybe traveling in areas which was not safe as a woman. That would be the challenge.
That's really wonderful. And I would like to invite our president also to say a few words, Mr. S. Balasubramanian.
I'm sorry, maybe you caught me in the right. I was just sending a message to her. Ms. Swati, it was very delighting to hear you.
Thank you very much.
I'm also a Mumbaiker, but currently I'm settled in Bangalore for the last 10 years. I was just, just a coincidence, just a couple of days before, in my school group, I was just discussing how we used to wait for the postman to deliver the results. You know, we used to chase him from the place. I used to live in a place called Goregaon. I used to stand outside the post office and wait for the postman to, and go along the entire route until he reaches their house, you know. And we used to have certain postmen who are for the last 10 years. He was always become like a family man for us,
Absolutely.
you know. You can sit at home and have lunch. So you touched up a lot of things which is connecting me currently emotionally, and you know. So I appreciate the session. And
thank you very much. I think that's what, you know, we are the emotional connect, like I said, you know, still are the emotional connect.
Yes, so you really touched everyone's heart, and I'm sure everybody knew it, but it was the first time probably somebody is sharing directly on, you know, and to say what are they saying. And I was looking forward to watch this movie and trying to pick up from the link. But anyway, we will see this, and we will stay in touch, and this will reinforce our relations with the India Post and the people who have been behind it and the frontliners, and appreciate this, and thank you very much. And probably I think while we are not all together in physical, while we are digital connected, I think you, the India Post and you definitely deserve a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for the appreciation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I think we don't have any more questions, but it was a wonderful, inspiring session. I'd like to, you know, again request our advisory committee member, Ms. Seema Srivastava, to give a formal vote of thanks.
I think, Seema, before you switch off, you can invite all of them on my behalf for a GPO Heritage Walk, because Seema is a first-hand participant and one of the biggest, you know, support of the Heritage Walk. I sit in a wonderful building. Seema can talk more about it.
Yes. So I don't know, Nidhi, how I can formally thank Swati for this wonderful session, because Mr. Balasubramaniam has given a standing ovation to her and her team. So I think all of us who attended this session has expressed their thanks to you in a
Thank you. Thank you.
most wonderful way. But again, formally, I would like to say thanks. And apart from the gratitude, all of us citizens, like you said, sitting safely home, express to each one of the postal staff. I would also take this opportunity to invite all of you to, whenever you are, those who are not in Bombay, whenever you visit Bombay, please go to the GPO. It is a heritage building with a lot of history, and you feel proud because you always get down at CST and you see the building and you take pictures from outside. But inside is something to be seen to believe. And the beauty of what the what old India was and the history, it is a must. Please take your family also. And I am very, very passionate about sharing the information about India Post. Like Mr. Balasubramaniam said, that we all belong to a generation where we collected rare stamp and where we did a lot of business in rare stamp, exchanging stamp and stamp album, and it was a
Seema, I'll just share.
Yes.
I have one inland letter which my grandfather, he's not a direct paternal, is my father's uncle. He was the IAS officer in Tamil Nadu. He was a warden of a college, and he has written the inland letter in 1943 to my father, who was in the school. And I still possess that inland letter with me.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
1943 letter and handwritten letter, and in different forms. I still have the hard copy of multiple inland letter of 1943.
Yes, absolutely.
You actually have the evidence of emotions in your hand, sir.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct. So, the children now don't have that experience because they use more emails and, things like that. So all the parents, please take, whenever you come to Bombay or go to the South Mumbai, please take them to this postal building, show them how things, how the post was an important part. The postman was a chacha to us, and I completely believe Mr. Balasubramaniam running around after the postman, because we all used to wait for news. So you should visit that. You can also gift, stamps, my stamp to your children on birthday. What I'm saying is, we may have technologically advanced, but post definitely has formed a part and is an integral part of our life. We may not be aware of it, like in all the services which Ms. Swati shared with us. It still continues to be integral part of our life, but we are not so much aware. We are more enamored with things which is visually right in front of us. So I am very grateful for this session, for connecting us to a lot of memories. I'm sure everybody will be having a lot of good memories now and thinking about our childhood and everything we spent. And once again, on behalf of this women's leadership and You Inspire Us, as I said in the beginning, thank you for sharing the story, not only of you as a leader, but also of the millions of people who are serving with you in the India Post, and to whom you are keeping them motivated and inspired. With this, we really feel more grateful to India Post and more connected. And thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you so very much for having us and hearing our part of the story. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, Ms. Swati, and to all our attendees. I would just like to close with a brief about the Women's Leadership Forum. So this is IEIA's initiative in collaboration with the International Association of Exhibitions and Events. And this initiative was, started by IEIA with an aim to foster the spirit of leadership amongst women professionals. And our industry doesn't have many leaders, but the ones we have are examples in themselves, and we wish to have many more. And we do have many aspiring leaders, but like wanting to see them on the top positions soon. And we have an advisory committee. Ms. Seema Srivastava is part of the IEIA Women's Leadership Forum. Ms. Sonia Srivastava is DDG of Indo-German Chamber of Commerce and CMD Nürnberg Messe. She is our chairperson of the advisory committee. We have Ms. Anita from CIM, and we have like Ms. Neetu from Printpack, and we have Ms. Monimita Sarkar from KW Conferences. So this is a team who keeps motivating us and guiding us to have our further course of action for the Women's Leadership Forum. And we invite all the women professionals to join this forum. We have a WhatsApp group also, just in case you are not part of that. That is basically for the IEIA members, but would like to invite all to join our Facebook groups on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. Thank you once again, everyone.
Nidhi, can I I know that, let us close this session formally, but I just wanted to introduce one person here. We have with us Mrs. Pradnya. She is chairperson of Maharashtra Chamber of Commerce Women's Wing.
Oh, I see.
Since this is a Women's Leadership Forum, and yesterday I was talking to her, and I was very keen for Miss Swati Pandey also to, be introduced, and you, Nidhi, to introduce, because we should ensure, and we also have Dr. Suranjana Gangopadhyay from BJTI, who's here. But I think, this is also a good platform where we could be introduced in different cities, Nidhi in Delhi and in Bombay and Maharashtra. But Nidhi, if with your permission, Pratnya, and let me share each other's contact information.
Sure.
And we could,
So I just unmuted both of them so that they can say a hi to everyone. And
yes.
Thank you, Seema, for this opportunity, and good afternoon, all ladies, wonderful ladies. And we are extremely inspired by your work, madam. And I would suggest you that courier or any private company is nothing in front of you. So if you people as a society, if we contribute also in growing this kind of a post office corporate kind of a style, so I would suggest that we prefer first of all our post office for number one. Though maybe this kind of information it not might be reaching to us as a society or maybe a individual. So kindly upgrade maybe this kind of or maybe do this kind of sessions everywhere, because people wanted to understand the value of the available asset of our country. So the simple thing is own stand. It's a very beautiful concept. I would like to do my own
Please, you're most welcome to my office.
Yeah, please. Because see, being a Maharashtra Chamber of Commerce Women Wing chairperson, I know so many women entrepreneurs who are doing extremely good job in their field, and they might be helpful to you as providing the mask, stitch mask, or maybe healthy food or whatever way. I don't know. But definitely we are the one who can contribute throughout the chamber, or myself also, because I am also working, Seema, if you permit me, that
Yes.
I am working on one mission called Her Highness. Her Highness is only affordable and safe housing only for women. So I would love to do the stamp of my Her Highness register stamp.
Wonderful.
This is
Wonderful.
wonderful, amazing way of doing our company or maybe a promotion. And I would also request you and invite you on my own platform, that is a talk show powered by Her Highness, that is inspiring people who are talking on that platform. It is online platform, and this kind of information, yes, many people are not aware of this kind of information.
Very true.
First of all, being an architect, I would love to visit your office.
You're most welcome, as I said. It's a lovely walk.
Yeah, and second is, yes, we are always there with you, whatever way.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Nidhi, since we have, quite a few very interesting ladies in this session, maybe, you can give, if time is permitted,
We can.
Because when we do real women leadership forum, we also interact, we also have the networking place. So maybe 5 minutes you can give to, if anybody wants to introduce themselves and say hello, that would be very interesting.
I think that's great. I have unmuted everybody, but request everyone to please mute yourselves, speaking.
But men are also welcome to introduce.
I please request everyone to mute yourselves if you're not speaking.
Less than 5.
Can I request the participants to please prompt on the chat box? I need to mute everyone once. So if somebody wants to come and speak on the screen, please prompt on the chat box. Would anyone like to address the participants? Say hello. Say something about this Women's Leadership Forum.
I think Rajni, maybe you should invite Rajni Nair to introduce herself. Even Dr. Suranjana, you should introduce
Hi.
yourself.
My man there. Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Yes.
First and foremost, thank you, Seema. Thank you for inviting me to speak. And secondly, thank you, Pradnya. Thank you, Swati. You guys are, again, all of us are doing great jobs in our individual spaces as a leader and as a woman. So I'm not going to talk about the convention center I'm heading or the challenges that I face there. But as leaders and as women leaders, we undergo a double challenge. One of being a neutral leader and the other of being a superwoman at home, whether we choose to outsource the job or whether we choose to take it on because of various pleasures, guilt factors that we manage on a day-to-day basis. So as a woman in leadership, I agree with Swati that there are people, especially men in our lives, who are extremely accommodating as far as facilitating our growths are concerned, which is again a good thing and also a concern that we still need them to facilitate our growth patterns. So these are some of the things that, as you rightly mentioned earlier, that you have to create your own leadership styles and mentor the girls who are looking up to you, because you are leaving a legacy behind of neutral leadership. It's not a woman in power. It's a talent which is waiting to break a glass ceiling, is the way I look at things. So to answer to the young ones who are hearing here, I'm just new to the exhibition business, but I've been in the business of hotels and conventions for the last 25 years. And there are some people here who I have mentored on this platform itself. What I like to leave is be honest to the job that you hold down. It's a job that you've gained because of your talent, because of your sincerity, and take the equation of being a woman as an addition and not as a handicap. Do not play a woman card to get your point across. Come out as a neutral person, as a talented person, and see what respect you get, especially the ones that are done behind your back. When somebody talks best of you behind your back, you've truly nailed being a woman in leadership. That's all I would leave with my 2 minutes. Thank you. Thank you once again, Seema. Swati, thank you for India Post. I did get the IHM notice on a little card, which I chased down that postman as well. But now, all the best. You are handling a very strong portfolio in Bombay. So anytime, like I said, hats off to you girls as well. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajni. That was wonderful. So can we have Dr. Suranjana once?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is wonderful, Shima ma'am, for getting me introduced and inviting to this wonderful session and getting to know so many wonderful people. And to Swati ma'am, I thoroughly enjoyed this India Post story. And I'll tell you one thing, like we have a special attachment to the post and stamp and other things. I still have the stamp book of my husband, which he started, and he started collecting the stamps early in his, probably in his primary school days. We changed cities, traveled various countries, but that old stamp book is still with us. So I can feel the connect, and I wish he was there with me, listening to you and the story of the India Post and this my stamp particularly. And I'll tell you one thing, when we went to Vatican City, there also we made it a point to visit the Vatican Post Office, and we collected the stamp from there as well. So I was feeling very emotionally connected, and I'm very happy to see it's not only the post office we know, and what are the other things the India Post is doing. It's really amazing. And
Introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself.
yeah, okay.
Others don't know.
Yeah, I know. So I'm Dr. Suranjana Gangopadhyay. I'm current head of the Department of Textile Manufacturers in VJTI Mumbai. And in this also I have a story to tell, that VJTI everybody knows. And VJTI started in 1887 with the Department of Textiles. At that point of time, it was Ripon Textile School. Because Mumbai used to be the Manchester of India, as they say. So that time there was a requirement of trained manpower who could support the textile industry. So in the year 1887, the great institute VJTI started first with Ripon School of Textile, and then the second department to follow was the JJ School of Mechanical Engineering, because these were the two industries that was booming and they needed trained manpower. And I'm happy to tell you that in this almost 133 years history of VJTI Textile Department, I happen to be the first woman head of the department.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So it is a very, we can understand the challenges and this balancing of multitasking and balancing various responsibilities as women. Normally we get emotionally connected and we try to we try to deliver and bring the finish. So that is where probably we stretch ourselves. It is just not a job for us. So we want to reach and we want to leave that mark. So in this connect, in this journey, I'm experiencing various challenges, but it is very learning and very enjoyable as well. And in this context, I'm getting to know many other wonderful women leaders, and not only women leaders, many wonderful people in various walks of life. So it is very nice to be introduced to all of you and sharing our journey together. So I'm happy to be here and getting to know all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Suranjana.
Yes.
It was inspiring to know about your journey. We have Ms. Meenakshi Mishra, who also wants to, come and say a few words. Ms. Meenakshi, over to you.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Meenakshi Mishra. I'm from Tamarind Global Services, and we look after the exhibitions and all. So I'm there in the industry from almost around 16 to 17 years. Swati ma'am, I'm very grateful to you for this beautiful session. And as you mentioned, like Pradnya ma'am mentioned, Rajni ma'am mentioned, I'm very thankful to you that I'm seeing all wonderful ladies who are truly great in their fields. And even Bala sir and yourself reminded our old days, like they say ki inland letters, and so you actually reminded us of our old days. And when you said that challenges, and Rajni ma'am also said, Pradnya ma'am also said the challenges, but it said always like God gives challenges to bring out our actual talent and skills. So I think challenges, we should take it in a positive way and successful way, because unless and until people say coronavirus, many people are very depressed by coronavirus, but see the other positive side also, that we are meeting all these wonderful ladies today, whom we may not be able to see also in, like today, whatever conferences we are doing on a Zoom meeting. So I see each side has one positive or one negative sides, but difficulties in our life bring our talents and bring our skills. So I'm very thankful to you, ma'am, for this beautiful session. We have n number of Zoom meetings and session, but it was a very informative session. Like, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Proud of you.
I will just take a minute, everybody talks about letters, but please do not forget that India Post is one of the largest banks of this country. I have more than 36 crore account holders, and we are worth 10 lakh crores in asset worth. That
wow, it's truly great.
All the other banks of this country. So we are the bankers of the nation in every way. So yeah, the postman and the letter is an emotional connect, but financial inclusion is what it is our strength. As the World Bank also says that the only source of financial inclusion, sure shot in the country, India, is India Post. So I think that should be the takeaway for my, talk today, that we are beyond letters. We are
beyond letters. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to come and say a few words?
Pradnya wanted to say something.
Sure.
Yeah.
You have to unmute yourself.
I have unmuted her. Can you please try? Yes, you are unmuted now.
I just wanted to share about one small thing. Late Mr. Pula Deshpande, who is a famous Marathi writer and humorist, he is having a fantastic character as a postmaster written on post office. So I would request everyone to listen that first. So all the correct character he has portrayed in that, the single kind of articulate. So Pula Deshpande, post office.
Absolutely.
So that's the wrap up, Nidhi, I think.
I think it was a great interaction at the end as well. And thank you, Miss Seema, and thank you for being the guiding force always. And thank you especially, to have us introduced to Miss Swati and bringing her here for sharing the story, which we all, really cherished. Thank you once again, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we wish to have many more such sessions, so we'll keep everyone informed. Thank you. Have a great day.
All of you.
Bye.